absolutely. I think if somebody's young and they wear a bandana in their hair, people just assume that they're going to have some sort of
technical ability.
Yeah, some sort of Brazilian flair about them.
Here we go. It's another exciting episode of Eat My Goal, where me, Mike, him, Dan. Hi, Dan.
Hi.
We chat about Portsmouth. And the good thing is, this week, we've got some positives to talk about, haven't we? Last time we spoke, we were on the verge of announcing a new manager. That's now been announced, and obviously everyone's chuffed to bits with the announcement because it was out of the blue. And not only did we not get a manager, we got someone who's never managed before in their entire life.
We got him.
We got our man,
the Portuguese Stuart Little, Mousinho.
But not only that, we have also not won one but two games. And as we speak, we're recording this on Tuesday night. The game against Fleetwood has around about. It's in stoppage time, so we look as if we're going to have two back-to-back 2-0 wins. Happy days, eh?
Very, very happy.
Happy days indeed. So let's talk about the new manager first of all. What's your thoughts?
Well, he's the one we wanted.
He was top of the list all the way through, wasn't he?
Yeah. No, it was a bit of a shock, wasn't it? It was a bit of a from nowhere.
It was a bit of a who, wasn't it? A bit of a who.
Well, you got to give him a chance, haven't you? Like you say, you got to start somewhere. So let's just hope. He's obviously said the right things, hasn't he? The Eisners came out and said, he was the man that was the best candidate. The
number one choice, standout candidate.
In the interview, in the interview process.
Yeah.
So fair play. Let's just hope he carries on. I mean, I was at the game on Saturday.
Yes, you are. Yes,
and I was right by the dugout, so I was watching him, and he seems very quiet for a manager. Doesn't really say much at all. Yeah, and then just says things like tuck in, play it, get back every now and then. So he's either very shy or he was very nervous or he's not a very vocal manager. But whatever. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's whatever works, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's that's 2 wins, isn't it? 2 wins, 2 clean sheets thus far, anyway.
Couldn't have had a better start. We'll talk about the games in a moment, but let's just on the manager. I can't help but think when it was announced, everyone was obviously like, who is this guy? It's a player who's currently on the books of. He's not on the box. He's on the books of Oxford. Apparently, part of the deal is that we're not allowed to take any Oxford players for the next 12 months. Geez, that was a real fishing pool for us, wasn't it? But
but who still plays for Oxford?
Say again,
who still plays for Oxford?
I think so. I think Saunders is still there.
Yeah.
I can't think of a single.
Can't think of anyone else, can you?
Player. No. And in fact, had you not said Saunders, I wouldn't even remember that he played for them. To be fair, I'm trying to think of that team that went to the cup final back in was it late '80s? Did they get to the cup final?
It wasn't Ray Howard. It wasn't Ray
Howard. Yeah, I think Ray Howard was part of that team, wasn't he?
Yeah, Ray Howard. Yeah.
I don't think he's. I think he's hung up I think he retired at the end of last season.
Ray Howard.
But Ray Howard, yeah. But you can't fault him so far, can you? He speaks well. Ultimately, there's a fan backlash, wasn't there? There's a lot of people who didn't even give him a chance and were slating him. We'll come on to social media in a little bit, but a lot of people slating him. Ultimately, he's been appointed for whatever reason, whether it is the cheap option or what. The only thing I don't get is how it took so long to get your number one choice when he was a player. There surely wasn't much negotiating with regards to getting him on board. I don't know, especially as he hadn't played since November. So,
it did seem strange that it dragged out for. Was it over 2 weeks? Just over 2 weeks?
Yeah, 2.5 weeks. Yeah, too long.
And that he was the man they were after from the get go.
Yeah, allegedly so. Yeah. So, what did you think of the Exeter game?
Well, I I don't want to be negative, but there's a quote in Pulp Fiction which I kept thinking of every time I read some of the social media comments after the game, and which is, "Let's not start sucking each other's dicks just yet," which is exactly what I thought after the game. No,
quite apt,
I mean,
quite apt, yeah.
I thought the first half. I thought the first half was quite worrying again.
Yep.
I thought I mean, you don't expect an immediate change
No.
with a new manager, but it just seemed to be more of the same that we've seen for the last few weeks.
Yeah, poor, wasn't it? Really poor.
Months. It was poor. I thought Exeter were really good first half. I thought they were on the front foot. We played like the away team in the first half.
Yeah.
Pretty much in our half. We were just it was like watching a training match sometimes. It was that basic, some of the things. I mean, just things like long throws from a halfway line over our defence, and they were in on goal. So yeah, I thought it was quite worrying, that first half. I thought the keeper had a great game. He played really well.
Yeah, good first game.
Same with Towler. I've seen some comments about him about how he was fantastic and had a cracking game. I thought he looked quite nervous the first 20 minutes, 25 minutes.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah.
But then he sort of settled down. So I wouldn't say that he was amazing, but he certainly did well second half. And then so the second half.
Would you say, just sorry, on the subject of Towler, I've seen a lot of people saying, just what we need, a ball playing centre back. I've not yet seen anything that really suggests he's a ball playing centre back. I think he's done okay.
Not particularly. I think if somebody's young and they wear a bandana in their hair, people just assume that they're going to have some sort of
technical ability.
Yeah, some sort of Brazilian flair about them. But yeah, no, he did all right. He's done all right tonight. He played all right tonight as well.
Yes, I think so. Yeah,
tonight. But yeah, the second half, I just thought it was so much better. They played that 4-3-3 sort of started to kick in that second half, didn't it? It didn't look any different first half, although you had Pack, Morrell, and Tunnicliffe all in there first half. I just thought we were quite poor, but second half, yeah.
Same sort of mistakes first half, wasn't it? Giving the ball away easy, sitting too deep, too slow to close down, too much space given to the opposition. And I think the pivotal moment was, and Macey, I saw when he joined, he was getting slated like, Luton cast off, no one, no good, blah, blah, blah. But in the two games I've seen him so far, I thought he's been excellent. I know he didn't have a lot to do tonight, but I think the pivotal moment in that second half was obviously when they went clean through. Swanson did well to close down the player, but wasn't getting there. But Macey looked massive when he came out, didn't he? I know he's a big lad, but he came out, timed it perfectly. And that, for me, had they scored at that point, I think, because it was 0-0 at the time, wasn't it?
I think even then it was up to that point, wasn't it? Even in the second half, it still wasn't brilliant for 10 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Then sort of after that, wasn't it sort of kicked off.
Yeah. Massive save, I thought.
I was surprised he wasn't man of the match. I thought he was man
of the match personally. Three big saves, I thought. One I'd say was kind of a bad miss. The one where Swanson got drawn into the centre and the player was wide, all on his own out left. And really, he should have done better with that, shouldn't he?
Yeah. The one where he took a first time shot.
Yeah. So much time. He should have gone low to the corner, shouldn't he? In my opinion.
But yeah, it was. What have you seen? What have you seen up there?
Yeah.
No, what have you seen up there? Yeah.
I was just looking at my notes. That's my notes.
Sorry. It was lovely to get 3 points, wasn't it?
It was very nice.
And
very
nice
nice
to see a couple of goals. Nice to get a clean sheet. So although I said that the first half wasn't great, I think the main thing was 3 points. But I think we said that last week, didn't we? Let's just start getting points on the board.
Yeah.
And then I just thought it was and Pack's goal was class.
Yes, very well taken.
Yeah, as was Morrell.
Well, Morrell missed probably again an easier chance just before that, didn't he? And should have buried that one, but then keeper had an absolute mare on Morrell's goal, didn't he? Yeah. But again, it was good to see. Do you know what I particularly liked about that second half was, and it's something I don't think we've done all season, in the 4-4-2, or even when we were playing that kind of whatever it was, 3-4-3 or 3-5, I don't know, whatever, 5-4-1. We never really got midfield. And I think in that game, I've seen us get a midfielders, particularly Morrell, in behind their back line more often than we have done almost all season. And again tonight, obviously Morrell set up the first goal, but we'll come on to what he did later in the game in a bit. But I thought he was doing that regularly. He's closing down. He's getting in behind. He's adding to the attack. And I think that 4-3-3 with those three in the middle, even with Tunnicliffe, I thought Tunnicliffe had a really good game tonight.
Yeah.
And not great on Saturday. I thought he was okay, but he wasn't great. But I thought tonight he did really well. Gave the ball away unnecessarily once in the first half. But other than that, he was tidy, quick, simple balls, just kind of not doing anything overly clever, but also showing a lot of energy, getting across, getting around the pitch quite a lot, which also... I thought Curtis did really well tonight, doing the same sort of thing.
Tonight, yeah. I mean, going back to what you said about Morrell, how often do you see him getting in the opposition's penalty box?
No,
hardly ever.
Let alone twice in 10 minutes.
Yeah. And tonight, like you say, with the setting up of the goal, the first goal.
Assist,
Curtis. Yeah, I thought he was really good. Well, I thought he was. He looked
lively.
Lively. Yeah, that's the word, lively.
Yeah. I think he lacked a bit of quality at times, but he hasn't played
lively, isn't he? Dale's always lively.
And Dale again was lively tonight, and he still lacks that end product, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Like you said, as we were watching it, about the potential penalty early in the second half, the fact that he should have just unleashed it much earlier, shouldn't he? Just hit it.
Time.
And again, go back to the Exeter game where he had that free header and was caught in 2 minds, where he head it back across goal and just not it in. Just not it in. He did the right thing, taking it back the way the keeper was coming from, but just put it in the goal rather than try and get it to Bishop. I don't know whether he was trying in 2 minds for both, but that should be a end product for Dale is really lacking. But
with
overall,
tonight's game, I thought especially the first half hour was the best I've seen us playing it in a long time. Well, since the beginning of the season when we were playing well. I thought we looked up for it. We were first to every ball, first to the second ball, and although we didn't create many chances, we did look dangerous. I don't know. We just looked like a different team, didn't we, this evening? We just I thought Fleetwood were shite as well.
Yeah.
I don't know how well. I don't know what they're normally like, but
I was going to say, I think you've got to caveat it with Fleetwood were pretty poor, weren't they? They were pretty poor. But I agree. I think up until I just couldn't understand why, because you could see Morrell getting involved a couple of times, didn't you? He had that one where he got held by the Fleetwood captain around the neck. Yeah. And then he obviously had that one where they both was
Toto,
yeah. And the other one where he kind of picked on that guy twice his size. And then you think at that stage, when he's got booked for that, you think, okay, but you probably want to bring him off because he's kind of been a bit lively, to say the least. And I thought Tunnicliffe was doing all right, so he would have been.
We've got 3 midfielders in there. We've got three in there. Let's just take Morrell off for the last 20.
Bring on Thompson.
Stick on Thompson, but no, let's take off Tunnicliffe.
Yeah, and then a minute later,
he's had his hour. Yeah.
Just ridiculous handball, just ridiculous. Yeah. But anyway, apart from that, I think that's the only, because even then, when we went down to 10 men, I thought we still showed they didn't create much today. I thought we defended very well. Left obviously Bishop up front on his own, but I actually missed the second goal because I was getting ready to set up for this.
It was a corner.
Yeah.
And Towler bulleted a header from 6-yard box, which sort of came off. I don't know whether the keeper got a tip on it or not, but hit the bar, came back down, and Piggott finished it.
Nice.
So it's a shame. Yeah, shame Towler didn't score, but yes, very good. I was going to say something else then. I cannot remember for the life of me what I was going to say.
What about tonight's game?
About tonight's game, yeah.
About the Morrell situation, was it?
Yeah, I can't remember what it was.
But I think all round very good. I think
minute.
Swanson was solid. Ogilvy solid. As we say, very industrious from both Dale and Curtis. Midfield just look like different players, don't they? Which kind of, there's two things. One, yes, they're obviously playing for the new manager. Does that mean they weren't playing for Cowley, or they didn't like playing the 4-4-2? Or even if they didn't like playing the 4-4-2, you've got to show up, haven't you? How can you not show up for games? But
yeah, I don't know.
2 games, 4 goals, none conceded. You'll take that, wouldn't you?
Yes, I know what I was going to say.
Go on.
Bishop's irritating me at the minute.
Go on, what is that?
just when you go up for a header, just go up for a header, because all he's doing every time is trying to win fouls. And I know he's up top on his own. Yeah.
Baby got back. Yeah, he is.
I know you've got no one to flick it onto, but that's what Dale and Curtis's job is, isn't it? To get in behind you when you flick it on. Just stop trying to win the fouls, mate.
Yeah, he has done
every
that.
single time.
He has done that a little bit, hasn't he?
But we've won 2-0 and 2-0, so let's not start whinging, Mike.
No, let's not.
Do you
reckon? I'd like to open Twitter now and see if there's any positivity around, because it's an interesting place. I'm very a late adopter to Twitter, if I'm honest with you. Generally because I've gone on there on occasion in the past and just seen it's just a cesspit of hatred, isn't it? And
I think that's what drew it. That's what drew me in.
That's what you liked about it.
Yeah. I thought, this is a bit of me. As they say,
a bit of hatred.
Yeah.
Love a bit of dourness. But
speaking of Twitter, this if you look closely, you can just see in this picture.
Oh yeah, is there a banner?
Yeah.
Oh, is that?
Yeah.
Is there?
No, it's not. It's not. No, it's not.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the protest, shall we? Obviously, that gained momentum. I don't know if it was on other social media as well. I didn't really look, but obviously, it was gaining momentum on Twitter. A big protest by the anonymous few was taking place. I don't think anyone knew what was going on or what the plan was, apart from those in the know.
Well, I think that was the problem, wasn't it? That people were saying, "What are we doing? What are we doing here? What are we protesting about?" And there was never a sort of concrete answer, was there?
No. Now, I'm all for protesting for something that's actually going to have a positive change, such as environmental, whatever it is. I'm all for a friendly, peaceful protest that doesn't impact people's lives too much. I'm all for that. For me, it just seemed like, obviously they wrote a 4-page kind of itinerary and demand, almost like a demand, wasn't it? What we demand of the Eisners, which seems as if it could have been written on kind of maybe half an A4, and it was just fair enough. I understand you want transparency, you want to know what's going on with your club and things like that, but ultimately, you don't have a right to know that, do you? I don't think.
No.
As a football fan.
No.
And I don't think, despite people saying, "Oh, they're just in it to make some money," I don't think anyone buys a football club to make money, do they? I don't think it's a well-known fact that you buy a football club and you shed loads of money out of it. I think it's generally one of those that you buy a football club and plough a load of money into it, don't you?
Well, I'm sure you must get something back.
I don't think you do financially. I think maybe long term you do if you improve the infrastructure and then sell it on. Fair enough, but you're not going to buy a League One club and sell.
Otherwise, would it?
Well, no. Well, that's kind of where I'm going to is that you're not going to plough.
What are you going, Mike?
Where am I going with this? I'm going into, you're not going to plough millions into the first team squad. I know you've got some clubs that do, such as Ipswich, that get these owners and they are going to plough loads of money in. But your average owner isn't going to. I'd much rather. We had obviously 10 years ago, 12 years ago, we had the fake shakes and all this sort of nonsense. And day after day, we were like a laughing stock. We had people coming in who were going to put loads of billions into the club, and it never happened. No investment in infrastructure. And then even Guydemak, who put his money in, then wanted it all out again when he left. And I'd rather have someone who is slow and steady than someone like that who's just like quick wins. Would you not?
Yeah. I agree. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I agree. But the Saturday protest, I think, I don't know. It just
Could you see the plane from your viewpoint?
Yeah.
Did it get a good reception?
Well, according to some people on Twitter, it did, but nobody where I was sitting gave it a round of applause or even said, "Oh, that's a great point they're making up there." No, people just sort of went, "Oh, there's a plane. Oh, what does that say in it? Oh, right." And that was about the extent of the comments. So, I don't think they did themselves any. I mean, I'm not slagging them off because it's up to them what they're and their opinions are. But it was just the fact that after that they sort of said, "Oh yeah, well we got what we wanted," which was to get people to take notice of the protest. Well, that's what you wanted, was it? Out of all this, you just want views. You just want people to read your
Surely what you want is action, isn't it? Surely if you actually wanted a result, you'd have got a response from the Eisners saying, "Oh yeah, no, fair point. You're right.
Yeah.
We will tell you exactly what we're going to spend on the team and what everybody's getting paid in wages and what our plans are long term." The only criticisms I would have, well, not the only criticism. There are obviously a few criticisms, but I think ultimately it's down to what the club want to do. But one thing I would say is Cullen came out after appointing Mousinho and said there are no targets. There are no targets. It's a long-term appointment, and surely that's got to be nonsense. And you don't say, "Come on in, John.
Yeah,
got 3 years. See what you can do with it."
Yeah. What's your ambition for the club, John? Now that we've, what are you going to do with the club?
Don't like to set targets.
Don't know. Just see how we get on Saturday, really. Oh, okay. Lovely. You're in.
And go from there.
Yeah. I go from there. Yeah. Oh, okay. I like it. I like that mindset. Yeah. Here's your jacket.
JM in the corner.
Yeah.
Go for it. Who do you reckon will come in as assistant? They're saying it's going to be an experienced assistant.
Well, that's what
that doesn't necessarily mean a name, does it? That doesn't necessarily mean a big name.
No. I have no idea. It's going to be someone that he knows, isn't it? It's not going to be experienced.
You can't even speculate, can you? You can't, because you know it's going to be some random from League Two that we've never heard of. So,
but I mean, let's hope that this is 2-2-0. Let's hope it is the catalyst that we needed. I mean, if he can get us in the playoffs, then I'll be very happy.
Yeah. All right. Good stuff.
Is it?
It's insightful. That's what we always say. You come to this pod for insightful insights. I don't even know where I was going with that.
Insightful insights.
Insightful insights. All right, Peterborough up next on Saturday. We've got a little run of games, with the exception of Plymouth, of kind of winnable games coming up, haven't we? Plymouth away is probably it's clearly the tough one. But is that
you've been saying that you say that every few when you look at every chunk? We've got some winnable games here. Yeah,
got a little chunk of 5 games where we should pick up some points. But
what's Morrell will be out for a game, won't he? If that's,
just one for 2 yellows. Yeah. It's just a little wrist slap, isn't it? But so he'll be out for 1. So Thompson will probably be in on Saturday, won't he?
Yeah.
No news, I don't think, on whether Lowry's going to be back anytime soon.
No.
But what do you think, Peterborough? Do you think it's away? Do you think we'll get anything there? Feeling much more optimistic now, aren't you?
Yeah, I am feeling more optimistic. It's just, especially the way we played tonight. They just looked a lot more confident, didn't they? A lot less bored than they have done in every other game for the last.
They looked bothered.
20. Yeah, they looked bothered.
They actually looked like they could play football, I thought.
Yeah, they did.
I thought there was actually signs of some nice football, nice little triangles. So a lot of one-touch possession football, which I thought was quite nice.
Yeah, I hope Curtis can continue without just the chirpiness. Stop fucking whinging every time. He'd do your head in, wouldn't he? If you're on his team. Fucking hell, mate. Stop having a go at me. I tried to pass the ball to you.
And you can see it with some players that he clearly does, doesn't he? You see like Bishop or something. Like when Bishop had that try in the first half where he's surrounded by players. And he had a shot, which, to be fair, was a poor shot, but you could see Curtis instantly turning around. I couldn't quite pass through those 3 players, could I?
Yeah. But yeah, I hope he gets his mojo back.
Yeah, I think I'd take a point now on the weekend and be quite happy with a point. And halfway through the season, what do you think? Would you think we're back on the up for a chase of the playoffs?
Let's
Let's go back to the Pulp Fiction quote, shall we?
Yeah. No, let's give it 5 games, shall we? 5 games with
yeah,
the new boss in charge, and then we'll see.
See how they are after the bounce.
Yeah. Although Exeter were a good team, I thought Fleetwood were poor. So
yeah, they were poor. They were very poor.
The Exeter game could have quite easily gone the other way. We need to remember that. But yeah, give it a couple more games, 3 more games, and then we'll really not sitting on the fence at all, am I?
No, not
ask
at all.
me again.
Not
Ask me again.
Ask again at the end of the season.
Just before the last game of the season, where I think we'll finish.
Yeah. And then you might have an idea. Yeah. Fair dues. Okay, so
insightful, like you said.
Yeah, pretty much wraps up this this Pompey pod. It's a nice positive one. 2 wins since we last recorded. New manager. All is looking okay, isn't it? There's we got a new centre back in. We've got a new goalkeeper who looks decent. And there's news of
against Exeter.
Oh yes, you do have hospitality. That's what I was going to ask you actually. How was the hospitality?
Because
obviously you saw big HR there, didn't you?
So Harry was there. Yeah, Alan Knight popped in. Yeah. Yeah, it was very, very nice. Yeah.
Was it? Were you well looked after? Were you?
I was well looked after. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, lovely food. Although because we were in hospitality, that meant we were sitting with people in the seats around us, in the south stand. Which were other hospitality people, and there was clearly a group of blokes behind us who've never fucking been to football before, and to the point where I almost turned around and went, "Mate, turn it in now."
In what sense? What sort of comments?
Every time Towler touched the ball, they were going, "Doors! Oh, there's doors, doors!" And it was literally, they must have said it about 150 times. And saying things like Jose Mourinho, Jose Mourinho. Oh yeah, yeah. Because I haven't heard that about 3,000 times since he joined the club. But they enjoyed themselves. So I think one of them had. If you do happen to be watching this, those chaps behind us.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed your copious rum and cokes as you kept telling everyone how many you had.
How many had they had? How many were they claiming? 20?
2.
15? 2.
Yeah. No, but I would definitely do the hospitality again. But when I looked afterwards, I realised it's actually quite expensive.
You got a freebie, didn't you? How come you waggled a freebie?
A friend, it was his friend's company, I think.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, how much should it have been? 200?
Well, I think it's about 100. Yeah, I think it's about 100 quid a head.
Oh, okay.
And that's your meal, your
booze included.
Having a chat now, aren't we? No, not booze included. No.
Oh, okay.
So
you recommend
that was very nice. Oh, definitely. Yeah, I was going to say
cheese at half time.
Do it, but then cheese and biscuits at half time. That was the pinnacle. Cheese and biscuit.
Nice.
Come in
and a pint
for another beer. Yeah, and a pint. Yeah.
Sweet.
Nice and warm. Not standing out there trying to get some dodgy burger.
No gin and tonic from Tesco's beforehand.
no, that's it. Yeah, don't get gin and tonic in the ground either, do you? Unless you're in the hospitality.
Nice, nice, very good.
It was very nice.
All right, sweet. Well, maybe 100 quid a pop though is maybe not so much, but one day. When we made it. All right, so that concludes. If you do want to get in contact with us, you can do so via eatmygoal22@gmail.com. We're on Twitter, eatmygoal22. And we're also on Facebook at facebook.com/ full stop. Yeah, no full stops. I'll do that again. Facebook.com/ eatmygoal22.
Is that forward or
subscribe. We are our record subscriber levels now. I want to get to 20 by the end of this week. 20 subscribers, and we had our record of viewers on YouTube last week. We have had over 70 viewers in the last week. Dan, how about that?
That's awesome. Thank you for viewing us. Are they one-time viewers?
We've had some repeat. I think it's about 66% repeat. Yeah.
Wow.
I know exactly. It's 66%. Go on. Go on. Yeah.
So how do these people that are on Instagram and Twitter and they do these comedy videos.
Oh yeah.
How do they get 50,000 fucking followers, please? Do they do it for years? Are they doing it for a long time? Because I know we've only been doing this for how long?
4 months.
4 months. So I just wondered why we've only got 30 and they've got 50,000.
I don't know. I think it's because they are hilarious.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
No, I think I don't know. I can only think it's because they are prolific and they pop out a new video every other day, probably.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I'm guessing. I'm guessing we need. Yeah, we'll get on the reels. Anyway, let's wrap it up. Pompey, 2 wins on the bounce under Johnny M. It's looking good. That's us done for today. Subscribe, like, follow, and share. Bye for now.
Bye.